See, when I do the countdown, I get in trouble. I'm sitting here with my countdown like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the FBI comes knocking at my door.
What is it you pray for?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to episode 151 of Abyssal Musings. My name is Samuel the Infamous. I have a headache, and we're here tonight, along with my co-host Lawrence Knight.
Salutations and greetings, and I am coming down with a cold. The sore throat and the body aches have kicked in.
Yep. And we got Abe.
Yo, I'm perpetually tired.
You and me both, buddy.
looks like we're all taking it on the chin tonight.
Yep.
It is what it is. It's sometimes, you know how real life will just pile up, right? And then you're trying to do this too, which is like taking huge chunks of your time, and you just everything's kind of happening all at once this week. It's been sort of a mess. So, in fact, I didn't hardly do any game streaming this week, despite my plan to get back on that horse, just because I was just like, I got other shit I have to be doing and all that. And I took a page out of Amir's book, and I have not been notifying people in the community tab that I'm not doing anything, so that's not good. So, anywho, we are here tonight. We are live, regardless of how we feel, and the show must go on. We're currently on Twix, Rumble, and YouTube. If you're in any of those places, drop a comment. Let us know you're here. Let's go ahead and say hello to the chat, and we'll see what happens, shall we? So, all right. First up, we got Lawrence Knight, who hasn't done this in a while. Jacob Gallo, welcome in, and also have a good night. Looks like you won't be able to join us tonight. So, hope everything's going okay, buddy. We got BTK with us, accusing us of driving him away because we pronounce his name correctly. That's got to be a first for YouTubers, right? We got Suka with us tonight. Howdy, Suka. Yeah, that's an interesting avatar there, man. Kohai, good to see you, Kohai. Welcome in. Hope you could stick around for at least a little while, like you're saying here.
He really did it.
Yeah.
Suka, yeah, he messaged me last week, and I was like, man, you're asking for it. He was like, I'm gonna put this photo of a mirror. I'm gonna change my. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that isn't the one I would have picked, but
well, I mean, of course he did that because it's.
Well, I understand. I just like my head attached to my shoulders where it is. See, old Blindy, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, you do live closer to her than either me or Suka. So
yeah. So, welcome in, everybody.
Actually, Suka might live closer, depending on where in Canada he lives.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm still about 1,000 miles from her, so it's not like I'm close, you know. But anyway, welcome in, everybody. Good to see y'all. Larry, what do we got going on tonight?
Oh man, after I recover from coughing, so we're gonna do some announcements. We've got some entertainment news tonight. We've got a new video segment I'm calling Abyssal Humor. There's a couple of videos that I came across. I couldn't stop laughing. We got some scare talks tonight, and we have a haunted mysteries. We're gonna take a trip. We're gonna get on a plane, a special plane, and then we're gonna pull a DB Dubois and jump off that sucker before what happens, and then we are going to cap it all off finally with Monsters Ball, Charles Manson versus Edward Kemper.
Do you mean DB Cooper?
DB Cooper, there we go. DB Cooper. We're gonna pull a DB Cooper. Regardless of his name is, we're jumping off that freaking plane before it lands the hard way.
That is a yeah. That's an interesting topic in and of itself, but the special train. Shut up, Suka. Fair enough. Let's get the ball rolling. And sounds like we got a lot to get to.
All right. Well, first announcements. So as you guys know, this tonight is the penultimate episode of the Road to Halloween. Man, it flew by. This one flew by. I mean, you talking about what, we started 9 weeks ago, and it flew. It was quick, but next week we will be playing Sinister. So we're gonna see if we can get some people on the panel. I doubt that the game will end that day, but the good thing is we'll be able to pick it up. Um, but it is not a quiz night. Think of it more as like a Friday the 13th slash Halloween type of situation, um, slash game show. So you guys will see. I've been working on the parameters for ChatGPT, making sure it doesn't, it understands exactly what I want it to do, and it should be fun. So that's gonna be next week's. That's gonna be the topic of next week's show, and then when we go into November, we're gonna pick up with Monsters Ball, but we're also gonna start. We're also going to do. I'm thinking about doing a Monsters Ball wildlife, and I'm thinking the first episode will be the emu versus the honey badger.
I mean, if you're gonna put that's like putting a honey badger in there is like putting Q in the other one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Honey badgers are tough, man. They're tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've seen video of one fighting off like 3 lions.
Yeah.
I mean, a honey badger versus a desert badger. Now that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big badger off.
Well, we'll see. But yeah. So we'll start off with that. First thing with the entertainment. So I was looking at news articles, and I came across this. Oh, let me get it down. So we know that Star Wars has been getting systematically just destroyed by the stupidity that is Disney.
That's what
So I
I
saw
hear.
this
I stopped
article.
watching years ago.
Yeah. So this article in the Park Place. So apparently someone wrote a memoir, and it's being revealed that Bob Iger bought basically he bought Lucasfilm with the intent on destroying everything that George Lucas built, because not only did he not like George Lucas himself, but he doesn't like Star Wars. He hated the lore of Star Wars, the history of Star Wars. He
Uh-huh.
hated everything about Star Wars, and so he bought it pretty much like what he just did to Hulu. He bought it with the intent to destroy it.
Are you sure this isn't just spin to fucking put a positive light on Kathleen Kennedy because everybody hates her guts?
Well, that's what I was thinking too. But I also noticed that years ago, there's movies that I like, and I saw that she was the executive producer on those movies, and I was like,
That
well, wait a minute. These movies doesn't mean that she was completely in charge. I'm not saying she was, but I'm not saying that Kathleen Kennedy didn't have a hand in it. But he is the boss.
it's so funny you put it like that, because back in the day when she was executive producer on some of the Indiana Jones shit, she was fetching coffee and possibly hand jobs. That's why she got that
Yep.
credit. It wasn't because she was actually contributing to the film.
Yes, I know. That's why I said I'm not saying that she didn't have a hand in anything.
Oh, she had a hand in it for sure.
Possibly two.
Yeah.
And a mouth, and a nose, and an ear. I mean, eyeball. I mean, there's some freaky people out there. Um, I mean, she might have been into ear sex or something. People, just people into stuff. But in a recent Denim Nerds live stream, host Josh described being contacted by what he called his Omega source, someone who previously leaked accurate details from Ahsoka. Now, according to this insider, Bob Iger has long held deep disdain for George Lucas's creative direction. So it is what it is. I mean, you take it. You know, I wouldn't put it past that this Omega source is Kathleen Kennedy herself. You know, but the fact that she destroyed and did the damage that she did, and she's still working there, that tells me that Bob Iger doesn't have a problem with it. Either that, or you know, like the others, she's got something on him, which is what I suspect. She's got something on those guys, and that's why she's still there.
Well, I 100% agree with you that he doesn't have an issue with it. If he had an issue with it, he would have put a stop to this shit years ago because it is not helping them monetarily, and that's kind of his whole thing is money, right? So no, I don't think he necessarily has an issue with it, and we know they have stuff. I mean, if you look back to the Reedy Creek shit a few years ago, right? What was that? He was saying something about how Disney's not going to get involved in a political maneuvering right about the time Ron DeSantis was stripping Disney of its right to basically run an autonomous country inside Florida.
Right.
And the next thing you know, he's doing a video that very much looks like a hostage video with a rainbow colored gun pointed at his head, saying they were going to get involved to fight it.
Yeah.
So no, I don't believe he's calling the shots at all.
Okay, well, then who do you think is calling the shots? If not Bob Iger?
I think it's all the Rainbow Mafia they let infiltrate the place. Personally, I think they're absolutely running the show. The only reason Kathleen Kennedy's still in charge is because she's doing what they want, because she has the same agenda.
Yeah, but I mean, Bob Iger is the boss. He can let them go.
Bob Iger is the boss, but they might have him over a barrel too. Like, you let us go, then we can come after you and sue you for all these damages and shit because you're discriminating against us. And even if you say that you're not, we can stack up all these claims. And I mean, it's the same story we've been seeing across corporate America for the last fucking 15 years, man.
Well, actually, what's been going on right now is that the Rainbow Coalition they've been getting laid off left and right. Major magazines, video games companies, studios, they've been laying them off left and right because their nonsense has been killing these IPs. I just read this yesterday. The gamer just did a mass layoff, and the gamer was one that was known for for alphabet virtue signaling and the whole nine. And these companies, these businesses are laying them off in mass, and they're like, hey, you can say whatever you want, but here's a list of all the money that we've lost. And we've lost all this money because of the projects we put you in charge of. So you can say whatever you want.
I mean, sure, I'll give you that. I just think that he's a figurehead. He's a CEO in name only. Somebody else is running shit.
I wouldn't put it past that either. Maybe it's Mark Hamill.
Okay, if that were true, he would have had a much bigger part in those those idiotic sequel movies.
Yep.
If he wants to, maybe not. Maybe
like he's on record bitching about what they did to Luke Skywalker. In fact, the term Jake Skywalker comes from him.
Well.
So I don't know, man. But either way, like I don't see how whether or not Bob Iger was complicit in this doesn't really matter. The fact is that it happened, damage is done, and I don't believe that they'll be able to recover from it. Like the only way this happens is if they sell the IP to somebody else who just vaults it away for the next 20 years and then brings it out and completely, reboots it.
Well, there's a lot more to this story. Adam Driver, the one that played Kylo Ren, and speaking of Mark Hamill, looks like he's taking somebody else's lightsaber inside him. But you start scrolling down, but apparently there was in this article there was a list of projects that got tossed as soon as Bob Iger got his hands on Lucasfilm. It said here it is, a Darth Bane live action series, an Old Republic movie trilogy, and Adam Driver had pitched a film, The Hunt for Ben Solo, which I agree. Who would have watched that? I mean, to me, watching that guy as Kylo Ren was like watching paint dry. For me.
Yeah, I mean, I like Adam Driver as an actor, but I've seen him in things outside of Star Wars too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's bad. I just think that he was a poor choice. The character was poorly written, and I think he was a bad choice for it.
No. No, I agree with you there. Also, something else just occurred to me I just remembered too, is that Bob Iger was not in charge of Disney the entire time that this was happening. Bob
No, he
Chapek
wasn't.
stepped in for a good chunk of that time. And all he gave a shit about were the theme parks. He didn't care what they were doing over at Lucasfilm or at Marvel or any of that nonsense.
Right. Which in itself was, well, I don't know. The theme parks are. I think, from what I understand, I think they're more empty, but they were definitely money guzzlers. Those theme parks are money guzzlers.
Sure. But you got to keep in mind too that Disney's a conglomerate. They don't actually make money from any of their entertainment properties. They make money from real estate.
True.
Which is part of why they fought that Reedy Creek shit so hard, is because they lost a bundle on that.
Yeah. Well, the entertainment stuff is probably a tax write-off.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, the real estate stuff is what brings the money in, which is what allows them to make flop after flop after flop without actually taking any real hits, even when they're pouring like millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into these things.
Right.
Anyway.
To me, that's a dangerous proposition, man. That catches up with you. Second one, as my throat is burning. So apparently, there is a fan-made Halloween film. It takes place between those awful Jamie Lee Curtis movies, the Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. I thought it might have been like maybe like 15 minutes. You know how it is. Somebody say, "Oh, it's a film."
Yeah.
We're doing a fan, and it's like 10 minutes, whatever. This thing is over 2 hours.
That seems like a long time
Yeah.
for a fan film.
135 minutes.
Huh.
And I didn't believe. I actually played it. And I didn't watch it because I just checked it probably about an hour ago. And yeah, it's a full-on fan film, and it looks like it's pretty well done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an eerie setting. Yeah, it's scary, and I was like, man, I'm gonna watch this. I'm probably gonna watch this next Friday.
Well, enjoy. I don't know if I'll be watching that or not, because I really hated those last few movies, and it's
I
just
haven't
like
watched
part of
either
that
of them.
timeline. I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fan-made movie, so I doubt that it sucks like the others. And from what I saw, it doesn't.
It maybe it's awesome. I don't know. The last one that I enjoyed watching was H2O.
Same here.
Yeah.
The others after that, that's when Jamie Lee got her hands on it and just destroyed it, and I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah, and
That was stupid.
the Rob Zombie reboots were fucking terrible too.
Yeah. Rob Zombie didn't successfully resuscitate the franchise. He kind of killed it too. He pulled a reanimator on it. But for those of you who are interested, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, for those of you who are interested in checking out the movie, boom, there is the link. There is the link. You can copy it down. You can check it out. Let's see. So apparently, this is not the only movie they've done. They did another one called My Special Boy, a Friday the 13th fan film, and will next tackle Scream Descent, a Scream fan film. My question is, how are they doing all this stuff and not getting in trouble?
Well, because they're not profiting from it. It's that simple. Fan films are not made to be profited from. They're made to be seen. Like, they're not making money on this. They're actually losing money on it. And because they're not profiting from it, they can do what they like, because that's essentially how copyright law works. As long as you aren't making money off of it, or you're not costing the studios money because they're not showing footage from the studio films. They're showing their own original stuff, which is within the IP. You can make as much fan film footage as you want. You just can't make a dime on it, or they will take you to court.
That's why a lot of them are crowdfunding.
Kind of like us. I mean, we operate within fair use, and we're still getting get off, and next thing I know, hey man, we got another copyright claim. Like,
Well, yes and no. This sort of falls under a different section of copyright law than fair use does, because with fair use, we're still essentially showing someone else's product. The idea obviously is to be as transformative as possible, so that it becomes a new thing. That's why we commentate over stuff. That's why we talk about it. We break it up into small chunks as much as possible, and all that. And we don't always show the whole thing.
right, and yet they still throw claims. You show a 15-second clip, and you're getting hit with a copyright claim for 15 seconds. I'm like, I can understand if it was like 10 minutes. I can understand that. Maybe even 5. But come on, seconds.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. The copyright system on YouTube is extremely abusable, and people do abuse it, and that's a fact. But this does fall under a different subset of copyright law. They're essentially working within somebody else's IP, but because they're not using the copyright holder's actual product, right? Like their finished film product, they're not showing any footage, they're not using any voiceover stuff. That it's all done from scratch, right? Then essentially it again, as long as they don't take in a dime over it, they can't be sued for it, because it's essentially their stuff, but not it's kind of stupid how copyright law works. But these guys, as long as they're not making money off of it, they're fine.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so there's a YouTuber that I'm sure you heard about that story last week about Hassan Piker electrocuting his dog and doing doing some pretty horrible things to his dog. So YouTuber Sasha Grey, whom Yellow Flash 2 described as the gangbang expert. But she defended him last week and started getting ratioed. Or basically, people were pushing back against her. They were like, how can you defend this guy? He's on camera doing this stuff. So she's been getting mad and going around DMCA striking anybody who's even talking about it. Like, they're not even showing her videos. They just show her face, or they're just talking about it. And she's been running around filing false copyright strikes, false DMCA strikes. And she did it to the wrong guy. I don't know the guy's name. I've never watched him, but apparently the guy that she did it to has a lot of lawyers and specializes in using other people's product, other people's work without getting in trouble. So man, I wish I knew this guy's name.
Yeah, to be fair, Sasha Grey has a long history of DMCAing anybody who samples her streams.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying, that she was basically bragging about it and saying, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, now the gangbang expert is about to get dragged into court. She's got a cease and desist on her way, and the guy was like, yeah, she's got money. He was like, I've got money, I've got a bunch of money and nothing but time. And he was like, she messed with the wrong person.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if she didn't try and go after somebody for defamation for calling it that either. She has this habit of perma-blocking anybody who even mentions her history.
But yet she uses her porn name for her channel.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mia Khalifa does the same as well.
Yep. Although between you and me, Sasha Grey's the better looking of the two, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she does cash in on the porn name. That's absolutely true. But yeah, she will
But don't want you to talk about it.
She doesn't want you bringing it up. She certainly doesn't want to talk about it in the public and all that stuff. And yeah, it's which is really funny because you mentioned Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa actually had a much shorter career in porn than Sasha Grey did. Sasha Grey was only really short, like 2 years, I think, before she started working for Steven Soderbergh and making like legit art house films or whatever. With what was it called, The Girlfriend Experience, I think, where she plays a hooker
Wasn't much of a stretch for her.
I'm sorry. High-end escort.
well, I tell you what. Well, so, well, I
She
looked up.
was
She's about 36, 37 now.
Yeah, she was 19 when she did porn.
She still looks the same.
Yeah.
For the most part.
She was pretty fucking young when she was doing that.
Yeah. But the nicknames for her in Yellow Flash's in his chat is hilarious. Somebody put Sasha licked the toilet bowl. Someone else said they're calling her the train conductor.
The train conductor is
Nice.
pretty clever. I like that one. That one's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I watched a few of her game streams. She does a lot of the same games that I do, and so I have watched a few of those. I mean, not the entire things, because bitch streams like Hassan does, like 8 to 12 fucking hours a day. But and it's a little much. But yeah, no, I've watched a few of those, and they can be kind of fun. But for some reason, she's got her whole chat calling her uncle, which is weird. And
that's pretty fucking
weird.
odd.
Yeah, she's real touchy about the whole porn thing, despite the fact that is the only reason anybody has any idea who she is now, or that she was able to get into like legit movies or write books and get them published, or do all of the other things that people in her position who got rich early do.
Yeah.
Somebody said Sasha had that she definitely had more talent at her old job. Oh man.
Yeah, it was okay. Clue. I don't really go in for art house like drama shit, so it was kind of boring to me. But yeah, it was all right.
Hilarious, man. All right. Next one. Next thing is, so Stranger Things' final episode will be coming to theaters on New Year's Eve, and I thought it was going to be like a big giant release, because Bloody Disgusting was like, yeah, it's they listen to the fans and da da da, and it's going to be in theaters across the country. 350 theaters in America and Canada, starting on December 31st at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Oh, hold up real quick. This is funny. BTK is asking the real questions here. How do they make up a porn name, street and town names? I'll tell you how. All right. So we've been doing this since we were kids. To make your porn name, you take the name of your first pet and the name of the first street that you lived on, and you put them together, and that's your porn name. My porn name would be Huey Toluca.
I think my first pet was called Touche. And I suppose the first house I lived in was on a street that started with Smith. So I'd be Touche Smith.
I've lived in so many places. I couldn't even begin to try to figure out what my name would be. But when we moved, we almost bought a house, but we decided not to because the address, nobody would have believed it. The address was 123 Booty Street. And it's real.
No way.
It's Ginger Driftwood.
Can you tell me how to get to Booty Street?
Oh man, yeah. That would have been horrible.
Sesame Street got wild back in the day.
Yeah. These are great, guys. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Actually, I think my name would have been Don Felipe Labrea. That's what it would have been. That's what it would have been. I had to think. I was like, "What is this 2 street?"
That's not Felipe bad, Labrea. Man. It's not bad.
Yeah.
My dad wanted to name me Don Juan. He wanted to name me Don Juan Prince, and then my last name. And I was like, and he was a firefighter, and it was a blizzard that night, and so he was fighting the fire, and I was like, thank God he was he was fighting that fire, because he told me that he told me that on the phone one day, and I was like, we're black. How in the hell are you gonna name me Don Juan Prince? I wanted you to have a regal name. Well, John is a regal name.
Yeah, Lawrence is way better.
I was like, what were you thinking,
The
man?
fuck?
And I hated my first name until I found that out, and I was like, nope. I was like, Lawrence fits me just fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and to answer your question, Aaron, Laura, yeah, Stranger Things is still. I think they're on like their 5th season now.
6th. They're going into their 6th season.
6th. That's right, 6th.
Which doesn't make any sense because they kind of finished up everything important in the 5th season. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, I was about to say, did they remove the video? Okay, I was about to say. So the next one. Now we're getting to the funny stuff. So I don't know if you guys heard about this earlier in the week, but there was a street preacher that got into it with some guy. Some guy that was approaching him, and he kept trying to turn the other cheek, and the guy didn't want it. And the guy didn't want to turn the cheek. He wanted to fight. And the street preacher, of course, this is the street preacher right here. This is the dude that don't like him. He put C racist. Right. Now I'm gonna warn you guys. You're about to hear some very strong language, very strong racial language from this guy right here. I don't think he's a racist versus he's probably a crackhead, and he was there to prove some kind of point. As the video reveals, as a buddy of his said that the preacher man here robbed him. All right, you guys ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Joe 9124-1.
Oh yeah, and he pulled a gun out on him too.
You know who the fuck you're talking to? That's my turtle Tran.
Okay.
Okay? I'm fucking native.
Okay.
And you're gonna come talk to me and you're gonna tell me to fucking step nigger? Who the fuck are you, nigger?
Okay.
Yeah, who are you, Abe?
So let me read you something.
Who the fuck are you, nigger?
Let me read something to you.
Yeah? Go ahead, fucking read.
Let me read something to
Cause
you.
you're gonna fucking preach, nigger?
Let me read to you.
And then you're gonna fucking talk to me?
Let me read to you.
Who the fuck are you?
First of all, you gotta calm down.
I gotta calm down, but you're one call me a fucking imposter.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, judging by what this guy's gonna say, he's one of he's one of those black Israelites.
You're here fucking protesting.
I am.
My
and I have a
fucking
right
clan.
To.
Yeah.
Can
But
I,
you're here
can I read
protesting
something?
my clan.
If you were here,
and then you want to
Is
fucking
that a clan
talk
with
to
a C
me
or a
you
K?
about disrespect.
I think we all know.
A C for crack pipe.
Shut your fucking mouth.
if you were here,
Shut the fuck up.
I'm reading about the tribe of the
Yo,
Native
nigger.
Americans.
You think this is a fucking joke?
You're drunk. Calm down.
Drunk.
I'm gonna take that personally, D-Day.
You're drunk.
I don't give a fuck, nigger. I'm a fucking gangster.
Okay.
Cause he's a gangster, not a wankster.
Okay.
And you're here fucking talking about fuck.
Hey, Caucasian Sasquatch.
Subsquatch?
Yeah, that guy's native is. Look, there's a chance. I'm looking at his bone structure. He probably does have a little bit in him, same as I do. There are very, very, very few pure blood people in the United States left, despite what certain groups would have you believe. Most of us are at least a little bit mixed.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking way it is when you've got so many different groups of people living together for so long and buying each other.
we're all just different flavors of the same N word.
Right. So like out where I live, everybody out here has got a little bit of Indian, in them. And, usually a lot of white, usually it's Scandinavian or Teutonic, but, for some reason, a lot of Germans and Scandinavians ended up out here. I'm not sure why that is. But,
Laughs in ethnic purity.
Yeah. But you also live on a shitty little island that's being overrun by brown people. So who explode
Yeah, that's
occasionally.
true.
Let's continue on with the video.
navel, tribal fucking things.
You see this? This is live.
I don't
Be
give
careful.
a fuck.
You see this? This is how it is. This is how it is for us when we come out here. Hey, this
For you.
reminds
Oh,
this
wait.
This reminds
Oh,
me
for you?
of Victoria and Dundas.
Oh, for you, right? You're a fucking black man. You're talking
So
about my
what?
fucking people?
But we're brothers. If you are a Gadite, we are actually brothers, and this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I come to
but
you
you're not
and I ask
listening.
you.
You're
no,
not listening.
Shut up.
No, I don't
I
have to.
come-
I'm trying to teach you.
You don't need to shut up.
Yo, bro. Yo, bro. Yo, bro.
That gun doesn't go off by any chance, does it?
No.
Okay, because we can't have that. It's kind of borderline even having it shown on screen at all.
Hold on.
Bitch ass. Bitch ass. Yo, bitch ass. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. You know who you talking to? I'm fucking crazy. You don't know me. Now you're leaking. You shouldn't have been speaking. Now you're fucking leaking. Bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass. Don't ever come up here and disrupt my shit. Now you're all leaking. Get the fuck out of here. Now I took your gun. What are you gonna do? Now I took your gun. Now I can fuck you up. Who's the bitch? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's angling
you're
for a record
Yo,
deal.
your gun is
Hold
fucking
on.
unloaded. You're fucking buster too.
This
fucking
gun was
wankster.
unloaded. There was no bullets in that gun.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can still use it as a lethal weapon.
Yeah, and I think that the sounds of metal. I think he was pistol whipping him. But
Yeah.
the long story is that the guy gets up, and he's telling the guy to leave him alone. He's like, yeah, my boy said that you stole something from him, and that's why I came over here. And by then he was done. He was like, man, just go away. He was like, just go away.
Yeah. I don't know. The smart thing to do in that situation would have been to walk the fuck away for both of them, honestly.
Yeah.
But what was funny to me was when they were off camera and you hear one guy clearly triumph over the other and he starts screaming at him, but he's not on camera yet. I had a hard time telling which one that was by their voices.
Well, yeah, because when the video was shown originally, when I saw the video earlier in the week, and another YouTuber was showing it, everybody thought that the white guy was beating up the black guy until he came out on camera, and they were like, "Well, wait a minute, we thought the white guy was winning."
Mm-hmm.
So it caught everybody off. It caught everybody off guard.
Yeah, I don't know why you.
All right,
Obviously, nobody taught that guy that you never, ever, ever pull a weapon unless you intend to use it.
right.
Period.
Yeah.
All right. This next one. This one had me crying. It had me crying.
Mate, what are you doing? This is my turf. No, it
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna restart it. So this is an elephant versus a honey badger.
No, now it's muted.
isn't. Yeah, this is my area. People on the safari come here to see me, mate. Fuck off. No. Don't bite. Get out of here. No. Take that.
It killed it.
Ah,
You stood on it.
dick head. Hey? Excuse me.
Now what is he going to do?
Oh, scary. A big fart trumpet sound. It's just funny. Everything about you is funny.
Oh no.
You're the most unserious animal in the kingdom.
I was going to say that sounds like Aussie Man, and it is.
You up big
Yeah.
time. Stop talking. You're rattled. Stop talking. Just admit it, and it can end now.
Oh. Oh.
You want it to end now?
What are you talking about? I'm the one who ends it.
No.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I ended it.
Come on.
I'm ending it. I've already...
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of African animals, I will fear no big-ass elephants.
Oh, really? Is that so?
Yeah, maybe a lion.
Then come at me.
Lions are scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. You're just a cunt.
Oh, well done, kid. Mind.
Gone a bit quiet.
I'm over here.
Where are you?
Here.
Where'd you go? I can't see you anywhere.
I'm over here.
Seriously, where are you?
I'm right here. I was like Arnie in Predator, using mud to stay camouflaged. Ah, can you let me get back up? Ah!
Waste of time.
Don't prance away. Get back here, Dumbo.
No.
You're not scared, are you?
No, of course I'm not.
Yes, you are.
This
Nice.
this whole week that I've been watching this, Amy, it reminded me of you. That's why I showed. I was like, it sounds just like Amy.
That's what I'm saying. You don't count them honey badgers out because they're really hard to kill.
Yeah.
Like these things will go and they'll fucking kill a cobra, right? Or an asp or something like that. Something that's super fucking deadly, right? And they get bit in the process, but they love eating these poisonous snakes head first, by the way.
Yeah.
And what happens is they get bit and they conk out because poison's running through their system. What little of it got through their thick ass skin, right? And they just kind of metabolize it for a couple of days, looking all dead and shit. And then they get back up and they eat the snake.
No, it's a couple of hours from what I read.
But either way,
Like
it's
an hour
just
or
like,
two.
yeah, that's the kind of thing that would drop anything else, and like that elephant full on kicked him in the fucking face several times there, and he kept getting back up, right? That would kill pretty much anything that's not a rhino or a hippo or a water buffalo.
I think the elephant would probably just end up running away just because it was such a fucking nuisance.
Right.
Yeah. And don't forget, and the elephant stepped on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't know this. Like elephants are considered one of the big five, as in the 5 most dangerous animals on the African continent, because they do kill. And worse, unlike a lot of the other animals, they remember faces.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are stories back in the day of like poachers coming and like, slaughtering, half a herd or whatever and taking the ivory from them and all that. And the mates or the young or whatever will trek across the fucking continent to wherever this poacher lives at by smell. They'll remember his face and they'll take their revenge on his whole fucking family.
Yeah. You know what else remembers faces? Tigers.
Yeah, but tigers also have this trouble differentiating between a face and a mask too. And I say this because like in certain parts of the subcontinent, right, where they go out and they like harvest bamboo or whatever, tigers are a real problem, right? You're out there, you're trying to do your farm work or whatever. Tigers will come up behind you and they'll eat you. They won't attack you head on though because they don't want you to see them coming. So a lot of these guys
Most
have
cats
taken
are most of the big cats are like that.
Right. But a lot of these guys have taken to wearing masks on the back of their heads because then the cat thinks that they're being watched the whole time.
No, I get it, but what I'm saying is my point was they don't forget a face, which is why a lot of handlers that mistreat them, I mean, of course they see them every day, so they're gonna remember.
Yeah.
But in general, tigers they don't forget a face either.
Oh yeah. They also swim, contrary to popular belief about cats. They swim very, very well.
Yep, and they climb trees. So climb a tree to get away if you want to.
Yeah,
won't work. And they're fast climbing up some trees too.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind, man. My stride when I run, my full on stride when I run is somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 feet, right? Because I have very long legs and I'm very tall. A tiger stride is like 4 times as long as that.
Oh yeah,
faster than I am.
Yep.
I'm just picturing you as Slender Man now, Samuel.
I'm not quite that tall. No, my walking stride is like 6.5 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing. I promised you guys some scare talks. And we got some Halloween pranks for you. Here we go. Here's the first one. That's his wife he knocked out.
Nice.
That tracks.
Yeah.
This is like watching Velocipaster all over again.
Yeah, pretty much. Just with better effects.
It's the same effects. What are you talking about? The fucking Oogie Boogie.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said Oogie Boogie. At least see the dog run.
What the hell? What are you doing? Welcoming you home.
He didn't notice that.
Are these common in the US?
Yeah. All you have to do, Abe, is look at the riots that have been going on in the Oregon ICE facilities. The Antifa and all those guys that have been attacking the agents.
Yeah.
Dressed up like this.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm surprising you. Oh my God! Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
Oh
quite.
man.
Nice.
All right, next one. So this is a basketball player, pro basketball player.
Hey, I feel blessed. Oh. Boy, hell no, it's too early for that. Away.
All right, the next one. All right.
Do it, so can we.
Oh, hey! Hey, that's enough of that nonsense.
Hey Sam, I thought about your mom when she did that. I was like, I bet Sam's mom would do that.
No, my mom's a big scaredy cat. She'd scream and run away. I might have something to do with that. I used to sneak up on her all the time when I was a kid and scare the shit out of her.
Well, I hope you don't do that now.
Well, no, I mean not, on purpose.
All right.
No way you do it.
Oh my God! Son of a bitch! Oh God!
That was a good one.
All right. This one. Excuse me, please. Can we talk to you?
You come to the door, please. Oh my God! Son of a bitch!
All right, here we go.
Anyone home? Just one.
No. Oh my God!
I don't know why they put this in there twice.
I see that you finally found me.
Really? No, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh my gosh, she jumped so high.
Oh! Hey! I'm never going back to the car.
All right, so My wife put one of them doggone skeletons out on the porch, and I didn't know about. Scared the mess out of me. I walked out, I was like, ah, full skeleton sitting in the chair. I just walk out, go to grab something. I turn around, about jump 9 feet in the air.
Nice. BTK. You'd have to ask Aaron, but Amira doesn't celebrate Halloween, so probably not a whole lot.
Well, Amira, she doesn't celebrate Halloween because she's usually pissed off that people are dressed up and pretending to be her or be like her.
Something like that, yeah.
Muslims aren't too keen on the old gin, so.
Yeah. But I told her, I said, look, you ought to be happy. Halloween night is the one night that vampires you can float around, you can do all kinds of stuff, as long as you're wearing a long dress, and nobody's gonna know that you're out for blood. Literally.
Yeah.
She could walk around, she could have her fangs out, I don't know if she's got 4 or 5 sets of eyeballs. I don't know. I don't know what she looks like when she turns into her, full vampire form.
This Irish chick I follow on YouTube, Diane Jennings, just put out a video a couple hours ago about how the Americans stole Halloween from the Irish, which is only partially true, but there's some truth to that. But
yeah,
she's like, it goes from ritual to commercialism. I was like, well, yeah, that's what Americans do. We take a thing and we commercialize the fuck out of it. And so,
yeah, it was originally an old Celtic festival.
We also took the Irish and commercialized the shit out of them. How do you think we fucking built the railroads?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just kind of interesting to me. Yeah, the original Halloween was originally called Samhain. Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, which is actually the Catholic name for the day before All Saints Day, which also ties into that because it happened to fall around the same time. But Samhain, along with the other major pagan holidays, actually occurs on rotating days. So they won't necessarily be on the same day of the month every year, but it just kind of coincides with the seasons rather, and marking specific solar and seasonal events. So they're not always on exactly the same day and all that stuff. But yeah, we took that and we made a whole thing out of it. But fun fact, the masks are there to confuse the demons who were sent by the evil god Samhain to drag you back to his horrible, horrible dark domain. And the candy is there to bribe them to go away.
Right.
So
yeah,
we just made it fun. So
yeah, as opposed to being a night of dread.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Night of Dread, we did Sam and I got a text message. Looks like while we've been streaming from a certain vampire asking if we were alive and saying, I'll be home soon.
Ooh.
Yep.
So Suka, you might want to do something about that photo before she sees it. If we're still on by the time she gets home.
Right.
Because honestly, we've gone through majority of the program.
Really? That was fast.
Oh yeah. We have tonight's Eerie Travel, and we have Monsters Ball, and after that, that's it. I mean, we've been at it for almost an hour. It's flying by.
Yeah, most things do these days.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
But this is gonna take some conversation. And Abe, I don't know if you've probably never heard of it, because it was, I mean, none of us, when this happened, none of us were born. None of us were born when this happened.
Okay.
Ghosts of Flight 401. Sam, I'm sure you know about this flight.
I've heard of it. I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, I've heard of this as well.
So, pilots Robert Loft and Don Repo, they were the pilots of flight, of Flight 401, the night they flew in 1972. It was a routine flight like any other when a last minute glitch ended tragedy for Flight 401. It wasn't the end for Bob and Don, however. they would continue to fly for Eastern Airlines as their name would send both comfort and downright chills through anyone working on Eastern Airlines. So what happened is um, they were flying to the Florida Everglades, and one of the little cabin lights in their cockpit wasn't working. They start fiddling around with the light because it's pissing them off and bothering them. That this light isn't working, and so you would think one pilot would, it only takes one pilot to screw in a light bulb or to try to fix it or do whatever. But both of these people got up and decided to mess with the light bulb. And when one of them got up, he accidentally disengaged the autopilot. And these two were so fixated on this light that they didn't realize that the plane had taken a nosedive and was headed straight for the ground.
That's a hell of a blunder.
Yeah.
Hey, Mara.
Welcome in, Amira. And Devil coming in momentarily.
Hey,
What's up, Devil?
Hey, Amira.
Hey.
Take a look at that.
All right, you know what? This is why I don't even come around anymore. This is why.
We didn't do this.
You did.
No,
okay. No,
I had nothing to do with this.
You are just as guilty.
How am I guilty?
No, in Portland,
In
we
all
have something called
fairness,
guilty
I don't live in
by
Canada.
association.
I don't live in Canada.
Larry literally just told him to change the picture.
I just told him, like
knows.
not even 5 minutes ago. I said,
He
hey,
knows that Larry gets off on this. That's why he does it. This is the reason why all this happens, because Larry gets off on it.
I did not stroke my brown meat to this. I'm always the one warning him.
You came in at the perfect time, Devil.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear any of that conversation.
I think my comment made Devil flaccid more than anything else.
Well, the thing is, Larry's getting off. Devil's coming in. I mean, it's too much. It's just too much.
Wait, I'm getting off and Devil's coming in. What, in Suka? Look, I
don't know what Devil's coming into, but it's not proper. And then Larry's getting off, and then this one's
Y'all
coming in.
need God. What the hell?
I don't know what's going on.
There we go. These are the conversations that matter.
Look, I'm gonna say this again.
Welcome to Friday.
And he just all of a sudden he's out. This fool messaged me a week ago and said, I'm going to use this photo. And I said, I strongly suggest that you don't do that. And I left it at that.
How did my face get so contorted?
That's a photo that you posted on your channel for one of your shows, probably about a year or two ago. You did that.
Yeah, it's in one of your
nose
thumbnails.
looks like a hook. What the hell?
Hey,
It's like
listen,
big down.
I didn't say anything about your pink skin. I didn't say anything about your pink skin, so don't talk about my nose because of that. That's our cultural thing, okay? That's.
But but this photo did greatly contort your nose. Your nose doesn't look anywhere near that big. It looks like somebody parked a bus on your face in this photo.
Yeah, it looks like you're sniffing your lower lip.
And getting off on it. You're getting off on it.
Actually does, doesn't it? The eyes look way too pleasant, way too happy.
This lip gloss smells good.
You're probably
really
reacting
blood.
to something bad happening to a small head.
That's the grin she gets right after Lawrence gets his whoopings.
Yeah, she gets off on that. Don't you N-word. Didn't I tell you, darky, not the
It's just the sound, you know, the whipping sound with the squeals and the screeches of agony. It's like music.
Then when she gets tired, she has Aaron Laura step in. Poor Aaron.
Aaron, come here. I'm tired. Go.
This is starting to sound more like your fantasy, Larry. Yeah.
Right?
No.
He keeps it going.
No, it's more like Friday. And she be bullying Aaron, like how Debo did how Debo did to Smokey.
What was his name? No, not Smokey. It was the other guy who came and he got beat up by Debo. And
Red.
Red. And he was like, when Debo came over, he's like, man, my mama gave me that. My grandma gave me that.
My
You
grandma
guys
gave
didn't
me
even
that
do
chain.
anything.
Yeah.
He was like,
Y'all
man,
didn't do anything.
if it was y'all, I would have helped y'all. And then Craig was like, what about the time he tried to choke me in Smoke's backyard? He was like, oh, that was different.
Yeah, that was different.
It's Friday. You ain't got a job.
He's all, come on, Smoke, let's go inside. Man, I ain't trying to do that. I'm on probation. If you don't get involved, I'm gonna knock your ass out too. Man,
Right.
That's exactly what you said to Aaron. Poor Aaron.
Oh, you already involved.
Yeah,
you already involved.
Lawrence knows that movie way too well. But I imagine he'd be like the rich neighbor or the neighbor.
Oh, homeboy,
wearing the khaki shorts.
Stanley.
The whitest guy in the whole.
But he moved out of the hood later. He moved to a better neighborhood. You guys remember?
So did
Lawrence. In the second one. Yeah, so did I. I actually, it's funny. Back then in the 90s, I was more like Craig. I wasn't like I spoke like Stanley, but I was like Craig. And the guys that guys would try to bully me, or they were like, "Oh man, look at this little punk," and then they found out real quick that I could fight, and people started leaving me alone.
And
so
then,
it didn't take long. I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "But you talk like a white guy." I was like, "Yeah, well, white guys can fight too." So
and Samuel was like Felicia.
No. I'm not even sure what movie we're talking about. If we be
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
I never got into those. So. Well.
Oh, I did. I loved it. My first ever Friday movie was Next Friday, and then after that, I found out that there was a original Friday, and I was like, "Oh, there was an original." I was like, "Oh, I'm watching that," and the original was better than the second one.
Yep.
Hold on, Sam. You've seen Velocipaster, but not Friday.
I don't like stoner comedies, man.
It's not a stoner.
It's not a stoner comedy. It's a community thing. It's a community.
It's about honestly. It was an honest portrayal of what went on in black neighborhoods in the 90s. Two guys sitting on the porch. You'd have families just sitting on the porch, hanging out.
Simone smoking weed. Nailed that shit in.
Don't Be a Menace.
Oh, yeah. that was that was a parody of it.
Yeah, we totally totally have nukes in the back of a freaking mail van.
Of course.
Where else are you gonna keep them, man?
Living the American dream, right?
But it talked about life, and it was talking about lessons and learning how to stand up for yourself, looking at peer pressure and what it does to you, all the dangers and the love and the hate and all the stuff that goes on. I mean, it was more than just a smoker movie. It's not a smoke movie. It's about community.
Like Boys in the Hood. I don't know if you've seen Boys in the Hood, Amira, but
Never.
that neighborhood was right where I lived. It was down the hill from where I lived, and the murders and stuff that happened, like when they were on, there's a scene where they're on Crenshaw and they all pull their cars up, and that was right where I lived, and everything in that movie.
Watch it.
Yeah, it was 100% authentic, and I was like, man,
wasn't that a Hughes Brothers flick?
No,
because they did like Dead Presidents and they did a couple others.
No. I think John Singletary did that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like Hughes Brothers movies. They're pretty good.
Yeah. So, since you're here, Amira, do you know anything about Eastern Airlines Flight 401?
What year? Was it in the 80s?
1972.
Yes, I've heard of it, yeah.
So, we were just going over what caused the crash and how these two genius pilots were so busy being annoyed by a light that had gone out in the cockpit, a little light, and the both of them try to fix it together. One of them gets up, accidentally turns off the autopilot, and these two guys are so busy trying to fix this light that they didn't realize that the plane had taken a dip and was headed for the ground.
But the thing is, that happens. Well, it used to happen quite often before autopilot had a dinger that says that it's gone off. Mm-hmm. But people, when you're in a plane, people don't realize you get spatial unawareness. You can't tell what's up and what's down because everything looks the same, especially at night, even oftentimes in the day. The ocean can look like the sky and vice versa. So a lot of times people don't know what they're looking at without the computers and all that.
Did you just say dinger?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, the dinger. Yeah.
Okay.
The dinger ringer.
It's sort of like the same similar concept that's talked about in Ender's Game, where they're doing combat maneuvers in zero gravity, which can be very, very disorienting because which way is up, which way is down, you don't know. So
Yeah.
the way that they figure out how to make that work is that they go into this big like round or cubicle room or whatever, and it's all set up for their war games or whatever. But each little miniature army has a gate on each side that they enter through, and so the one commander, he tells his whole platoon, the enemy gate is down always. Right. And that gives them a sense of orientation, and they're able to wipe the floor with everybody else because of that.
Oh, Zealot says, how do you not realize you're nose diving? If you're not going over, I think like a 45-degree angle or more, I'm not certain exactly, but if you're not going really steep, you won't feel it. You won't feel it when you're in a cockpit because it's pressurized. So you don't feel all that stuff unless it's extremely steep dive. And that's when you levitate, of course. You start levitating inside of the airplane.
It's one of the reasons that they don't let you off a plane right after it lands, because they have to depressurize the cabin. They have to equalize it.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens if you get up right when it lands? You gonna start flying around?
No. You're still in the plane. If you get off, you might have some issues.
Some vertigo.
You basically get air pressure induced like bends or something like that.
Sort of the opposite of that, because you're going from greater pressure. Oh no, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's exactly that. Yeah, it's basically you get the bends, you get the air bubbles in your blood and in your brain.
Oh, that's
shit's deadly.
Yeah, it's
after
like
10,000 after 10,000 feet, when the plane is descending, after 10,000 feet, you're actually at atmosphere level where you can start breathing actual air. But above 10,000 feet, if they were to open the windows, you would just suffocate because there's no actual oxygen at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And whatever is inside the pressurized tube, because it is pressurized, there's very little pressure outside. We just get sucked right out.
Yep. Floop. That's scary.
Yeah.
Hey, Carrie.
But think about it, how planes how people going from being land animals to being animals in the air. Can you imagine how much learning we had to do to realize that, at this amount of level, you get like humans aren't supposed to be up there. So we have to put our air differently, and we have to control it and make it like Earth air and make the atmosphere the same as Earth. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why we experiment. That's why rocket science is the way it is. Why it takes them 2 years from the time they finish building the thing to actual launch, just because they're double checking the math the whole time.
Yeah, we just have to, as we do stuff, we have to adjust and we have to learn from it. I mean, like it's like diving. How many times did they go down past a certain point and figured out why are people dying? Well, because oxygen becomes poisonous at certain pressure, and they have to mix it with a certain amount of gas, and all that was just trial and error kind of, and probably, like I said, we probably lost a couple people along the way.
Yeah, I'd recommend. There's a book by a guy named Roger Shattuck called Forbidden Knowledge that talks a lot about like how we got to know certain things. It starts with fiction and things like that. It talks about Prometheus, talks about Frankenstein, talks about the Marquis de Sade, and then it shifts into things like the Human Genome Project and the Manhattan Project and space flight and all of that stuff. And a lot of our medical advances that came from a certain period of time in World War II. And the thing about him is that he knows what he's talking about. He was one of the test pilots they used to send through the mushroom clouds when they were testing them out in New Mexico back in the 50s, because they didn't know what it would do to a person.
The radiation, yeah.
So he was one of the guys who sent through, and most of those guys survived, weirdly enough, and lived quite a long time. But they learned a lot, and this guy was one of those test pilots. So he ended up getting real interested in that whole thing, and he wrote this book called Forbidden Knowledge. I highly recommend it. It's very good to read. I read it like 20 years ago.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
Oh, so the flight, you said, so they're thinking that it was haunted just because they didn't realize?
Well, it's not that, and that's what I thought initially. But what I ended up finding out is that Eastern Airlines, so they were able to salvage, they found the wreckage, whatnot. They used parts of that plane and put it in and put those parts in other planes. And so what had ended up happening after that was those other planes that received parts from Flight 401 started seeing ghosts on those planes, including the pilots. And in fact, one um, there was a pilot that recognized someone wearing a pilot's uniform that was sitting in a seat, and he wasn't on the manifest. And he sent the steward. He's like, "Hey, who is that? Go get them off the plane. Go find out who they are." And the lady came back and said, "Hey, he's not responding to me." So that pilot went back there and recognized him. He knew who he was, and he said he was just sitting there disoriented, didn't talk, kind of spaced out. And that was one of the pilots. The other one was on a different flight that was getting ready to take off, and he actually walked up to one of the crew members and said, "Hey, there's something wrong with the electrical system. That one of the wires is faulty." And they checked it, and it turns out that there was something wrong with their electrical system.
But he wasn't real.
He was a ghost.
Right.
But everybody on the flight, they saw him. He was talking to them and telling them, "Hey, you need to get this. You need to check this plane. There's something wrong with the electrical system."
I wonder how many people we see in real life, like when we're at the airports or at the mall or, in big groups that we see are actually not really there. But in our mind, they're real people and we're looking at them. We're looking at them interact in real life and do things that alive people do. And they're not real.
Well, I'm now wondering why haven't ghost electricians put out live electricians completely out of work?
Had a little trouble with the live wires.
Kind of have to be alive to touch. Zealage, listen, don't talk about him because then he's gonna start coming back and doing stuff. Please don't. I don't want to.
Has he settled down?
Yeah, I mean, ever since that door slam, he's been fine.
Is he checking?
No, don't, because you guys made me scared.
Well, he knows you're a vampire. He's like, "Man, she might drink ghost blood. I'm not trying to get bit."
No, but it's funny how a lot of that stuff happens on camera, and I'm so happy it happens on camera. But anyway, no, no, we've been fine. We've been okay more recently.
Okay. Maybe he got a girlfriend.
Although the curtains were opened when I didn't open them, and I did, but that was probably, maybe I just forgot that I did it. Who knows?
Maybe he just wanted to get some sun.
I don't open curtains ever. You guys know I don't open curtains. But I came home.
Yeah, because you'll die.
Well, no, I get burned. But
yeah,
the curtains were open when I came home. So that was just one thing. And I know I don't open curtains. I know it wasn't me. But yeah.
I don't open mine because I literally do have a sensitivity to light.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have a sun sensitivity.
He's a ginger.
Oh. Excuse me. We prefer the term day walker.
You're not a day walker if you can't go out in the fucking sun, are you?
Yeah.
Well,
no, I don't want to go outside.
Well, actually, yes, you can. Vampire Hunter D, for example, is a day walker, but too much sun gets to him. He can get sick.
Yeah. I'll go out for like once a day, a year, or something like that.
Yeah, he calls it getting the mail.
Carrie, you have seen me in the light. Listen, and I had on sunscreen, you remember. But I was driving. You guys remember I was driving the Maserati and I was streaming and it was a cloudy day, but it was somewhat light outside. So
you had on that sunblock 5000 from RoboCop.
The fun fact for those of you who haven't been around the channel long enough, but Amira used to pop in on Screaming Into the Void once in a while in the middle of the afternoon, but she'd be streaming from her car while she was driving.
Nice.
Which is a very bad idea.
Yeah, and it's also illegal. So
you guys are such straight runners. Like, oh, we want to wear our seatbelt. I bet you guys wear seatbelts too, don't you? Goodness.
Matter of fact, I do. I'd like to live in an accident.
I do it
I'd like
for
to
a
walk away.
totally different reason. It's because when I was a kid, I read some statistics that might have been true at the time. They may be different now because they've changed safety features or whatever. But at the time, you were actually more likely to die wearing the seatbelt than you were being thrown from a vehicle.
Well,
I wear those arm inflatables when I'm eating soup.
Yeah. So I started wearing it when I read that stat. I was a
No,
dark
it
kid.
was a Maserati, Carrie. It was my husband's Maserati. It wasn't mine. No, it wasn't Mercedes.
Didn't you trade it in for a tank or something? I can't remember.
Hummer.
I mean, they might as well be tanks.
I love Hummers. We traded in for the winter because it was a nasty winter, so we got a Hummer so we could play in the snow with it. You know, drive it and do circles and wheelies and stuff in the summer. I mean, in the snow. Sorry, not the summer.
Yeah. Not worry about those pesky EVs clogging up the lights. You can just roll right over them.
Seriously. Go right over. But yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Hall has a tank parked outside of his house.
Yeah.
And he lives like a 10-minute drive from me.
Nice.
Wait, Larry.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, guys. Larry, so every person who had a piece from the 401, they started seeing the pilots.
Yeah, every plane that had a piece of that flight of the wreckage that was attached to their plane started telling stories that they were seeing the ghosts of the pilots and other dead people that were on that flight. And it got so bad that the heads of Eastern Airlines threatened the workers and told them, stop talking about it, or we're gonna fire you. And they stopped talking about it. And as soon as when everybody stopped talking about it, that's when they said the sighting stopped. But if nobody's talking about it because they don't want to get fired, it doesn't mean that people didn't stop seeing the ghosts. They just didn't say anything because they want to get in trouble. So,
well, the inverse is also true. Like, the more you talk about those kinds of things, the more susceptible you are to perceiving them.
yeah, because you're training your brain to see it.
Yeah, instead of like hearing a gust of wind, you'll start thinking it's someone whispering in the wind. Or if you're just going about your day, you're not going to give a shit about that, are you?
I think there's probably something to that, although I wonder, like, which is the more sheltered point of view sometimes.
But I mean, you being aware could make you associate things that could be normal with the paranormal. But then again, also, if you're more aware, then you notice things that other people wouldn't have noticed. And it could be actually real. But you're just noticing because you are actually in tune with it.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Is
Terry Pratchett
used to say this thing about how the human brain has this remarkable ability to see what's not really there.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to reality itself, which is something that we can't handle. So we trick ourselves into seeing this more mundane, boring universe, despite the fact that that's not reality.
True. And also we're taught to just ignore. Like everybody who sees the paranormal, when you talk to other people about it, they're like, oh, just ignore it. Just don't think about it. No, just focus on something else. Just think it's not real. Think that it's not real. And then I think people do that in order to protect themselves from being constantly in a state of freak out.
There was a line, and I can't remember which of Carroll's books it was in, Lewis Carroll's. I think it was Through the Looking Glass, but there's a bit where Alice encounters a unicorn in Wonderland, right? She meets it for the first time. She was like, holy crap, I didn't think you guys were real. I didn't believe in you. And it's like, holy crap, a little girl. I didn't think you guys were real. We didn't believe in you. You know, so it ends up becoming friends. And the unicorn says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll believe in you if you'll believe in me. That perception thing, the reason I bring that up is because that perception thing might work both ways too. It's entirely possible. This is one of the reasons I don't worry about ghosts, is because I don't think they're aware of us.
But it's also been proven that people who die in very traumatic ways, like when people die too quickly, they don't know that they're dead, that oftentimes their spirit lingers in the place where they where they
Sure.
where they separate it from their body.
That's more of a death echo, though. I mean, than it is because they tend to be like stuck in a loop of their own misery. They're not really concerned with anything outside of what they're perceiving.
Right.
Which is, yeah. I mean, and like I said, that goes right into what I was saying. It's like it's one of the reasons I don't worry about them is because A, they can't hurt me, and B, I don't even think that they're aware that I'm there.
But do you know that for sure, though?
No, not for sure. Of course not. But
yeah. Why worry about it?
Yeah, it's like I can't do anything about it one way or the other anyway. So
yeah,
but they can hurt you. There are people who play with certain entities, and they cause them to have heart attacks. They cause them to.
There are spirits and there are entities who can hurt you. Ghosts, dead humans, not so much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
That's
it
one of the
depends on what you're messing with.
That's why I laugh at shows like Ghost Hunter. I was like, you have no fucking idea what you're walking into, or if that thing was ever even human to begin with, if it exists at all.
Yeah.
Like, maybe don't poke that bear, because maybe, just maybe, it was never one of y'all in the first place.
Yeah, I always find those shows funny.
Yeah.
I think the South Park piss take of it was pretty good, where they literally just hear the slightest sound and then start pissing themselves. What was that? Oh.
Oh boy.
What's this warm liquid that's coming down my pants?
Right. And
sometimes fucking fannies.
Look, sometimes the EMF is something trying to get through and break through from the other side, and sometimes it's just static.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where's Devil?
He's gone hiding.
Well, then we'll do this without him. Salutations and greetings, everybody. As Amira rocked out to her heavy metal. So it's been a long time for Monsters Ball. The whole time that we've been on the road to Halloween, this fight just kept getting pushed back, and I mean several weeks of it. But finally tonight, and I'm glad Amira's here because she's about to witness a battle between two serial killers. Well, technically one of them isn't, but it's Charles Manson versus Edward Kemper. Right?
I kind of forgot about this.
Yeah, one did his own dirty work. The other uses charisma to get other people to do it. Who wins, Devil?
The Edward Kemper, when we went over that, it was a while ago. I would say Edward Kemper because, like, size-wise, he has him full bore. I mean, freaking Manson was a small dude. He was a weak dude. There was a reason he had to get other people to do his work for him because he was a small, short, skinny little bitch.
Right.
But Edward Kemper was like Dermy. He was, 6'6" or something.
Nope.
Or
He was 6'9", 260.
6'9". Yeah, he was a big motherfucker. So yeah, I mean, if they ran into each other in the prison, yeah, Manson would be his bitch.
Definitely,
he'd be his little sweetie.
No, just because someone's bigger doesn't make them anything. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
2 foot taller, freaking 150 pounds on him.
That could be a weakness because a person who's under you, they have access to your midsection.
Yeah, like, and you can just pick them up and fucking bend them over. I mean, there's a certain point. I'm sorry, there's a certain point where it doesn't matter. Like I get the whole people going, oh, I'll take his knee out. Yeah, okay, great. When it comes down to it, that guy's gonna hit you with his freaking foot longer reach. before you ever get close enough to take his knee out. There is a certain thing where it's just all like, come on, let's be honest here. Manson nickname would be bent over.
So look. I have been in the ring a number of times. I've been beaten by guys who are shorter than I am. What I think, so I see Amir's point, but I also see Devil's, because if they're not in prison, right, they encounter each other. Manson isn't going to do anything himself. He's going to send girls to do it for him, and they're absolutely going to get their shit stomped by Kemper.
He's going to get girls to do it for him.
How the fuck do you think he did it?
I know, but it just sounds so bad. It's all like, I'm going to get you, man. What are you going to do? I'm going to send my girlfriends after you.
But women have powers over men.
He's like, perfect. That's why I kill with women. That's exactly what he was killing. Was women.
He's all, you're going to send me victims? Thank you.
Great. Yeah. But I do understand what Amir is talking about. I mean, think about it. Like, hey, Amira and Devil missed this. You guys missed a fight between a honey badger and an elephant. We showed the video.
It's like, really, if Willow is without the wand, come running at Mad Mardigan, what's Mad Mardigan do? You're gonna kick fucking Willow over the fucking goddamn house, right?
That's true. Hey, Devil, do you want to see the fight between the honey badger and the elephant real quick?
No, I could guess where it goes. Elephants get scared of mice because they're very sensitive between their big ass toes. And so if something bites them there, so it's a nuisance more than thing. But the fact is, an elephant can stomp on a freaking badger, and goodbye badger.
Oh, then you might want to watch this because you're kind of wrong.
But the badger's not going to kill the elephant. It's not like at some point the badger's going to climb up on the elephant, snap its neck, and there's the elephant's dead carcass, and the badger's all like, "Yeah, fuck you." No, it's just the elephant's like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" Type thing. It's more of a nuisance than an actual. Badger's not going to take out the elephant. Yeah, the badger's not going to conquer the elephant, guys.
We know that, but let me ask the panel. Should we show Devil what I'm talking about?
Oh, we can if you want.
Yeah. Play it again.
Apparently you want to do it, so just do it.
Yeah. Why are you asking my opinion?
I'm trying to get some.
Do you want to do it? No, I really don't want to do it.
Live your life, Larry. Let's do it.
They want to do it. Let's do it. It's all like, well, what the fuck?
I'm just trying to add to the commentary. That's all.
Time he's saying do it. She's saying do it.
Do it.
Add the video. God.
Okay, you guys are begging me to do it. I'll do it. I'll take my robe off. All right.
Wait, what?
Wait, whoa, what?
Well, this show just got better.
I'll do it.
Hold on.
I mean, confused. I was all like, I wasn't arguing against that. When did I?
All right, hold on.
Top right hand corner.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get it from the beginning, but it's not gonna.
My turf! No, it isn't! Yeah, this is my area. People on the safari come here to see me, mate. Fuck off! No! Don't bite! Get out of here! Take that!
It killed it.
Ah!
You stood on it.
Dick! Head! Hey! Excuse me!
Now what's he gonna do?
Oh, scary. A big fart trumpet sound. It's just funny. Everything about you is funny.
Oh, no.
You're the most unserious animal in the kingdom. So, yeah, walk on. Well, I fucked you up big time. Stop talking.
Look how he's walking so proud.
Stop talking. Just admit it, and it can end now.
Oh.
You want it to end now? What are you talking about? I'm the one who ends it. No. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. I ended it. Come on. I'm ending it. I've already... As I walk through the valley of the shadow of African animals, I will fear no big-ass elephants. Oh, really? Is that so? Yeah, maybe a lion. And come at me. Lions are scary. Yeah, you're not. You're just a cunt.
Oh, well done. Get mind.
You've gone a bit quiet. I'm over here. Where are you? Here. Where'd you go? I can't see you anywhere. I'm over here. Seriously, where are you? I'm right here. I was like Arnie in Predator, using mud to stay camouflaged. Can you let me get back up?
Dutch.
Waste of time. Don't prance away. Get back here, Dumbo. No. You're not scared, are you? No, of course I'm not. Yes, you are.
They actually addressed that in The Gods Must Be Crazy too. Badgers will keep coming. Like if she steps on a badger and the dude steps on a badger on accident and literally has to throw it his boot because it perceives the boot as attacking it, and it won't leave him alone till it gets that freaking boot. So he takes the boot off and throws it. The badger grabs the boot, drags it off to kill it, to show it who's boss.
They are demonic. Badgers are like from hell, like literally.
Yeah. Carrie says a honey badger lost a fight. Yeah.
A honey badger lost a fight.
You might want to tell him that because it doesn't look like he knows.
Yeah.
He kept coming.
He didn't figure that out.
Yeah. Till the adrenaline wears off and he realizes every one of his ribs is cracked. And
You saw how he was
sleep it off.
He was limping towards him like, I'm winning.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, I'm not done with you. Get back here.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
the honey badger is the Black Knight of the animal kingdom, like the Black Knight specifically for Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's like, you get back here, I'll bite your kneecaps off.
And the way that elephant was walking off with his head high up, like
you saw his trunk. He had his trunk up, like.
Yeah, like he just won Bloodsport, like he just won the Kumite or something. Like.
Yeah, because when you're the biggest dude on the fucking field, if you're the elephant walking around Africa, you're all like, there's not a single thing out there that can do shit to me. You're swinging the big rock, you know what's up.
Lions run when they see elephants come to the
yeah.
Ariel,
because even if you have a pack of lions, what are they going to do? They can't get through the hide. Elephant hide is way too thick. They can jump on it, they can scratch it, but ultimately, if he stomps them all, they're all dead. So yeah,
it doesn't seem to do too great against bullets.
Well, yeah, a very skinny Nigerian man can fall in.
We have special guns for those. They're called elephant guns, for crying out loud. They're specifically designed for elephants because a lot of our other small arms fire won't penetrate their hide.
Well, the original elephant guns, have you seen the original ones where they literally had the Aboriginal dude stand in front of it, they put it on his shoulder, and the white dude stood like 4 foot behind him, 5 foot, and pulled the trigger? Those old ones,
giant, man, they were cannon.
Yeah. Now they can make them a little smaller, but.
So I look at it like this, because Carrie is in the chat saying that Manson was scrappy, right? He could fight, and there may be something that I don't know. I don't know that much about his fighting abilities. I didn't pay that much attention to when he was on the inside. But I imagine that fight against Edward Kemper going pretty much like the one that we just saw in the video there, Kemper being the elephant.
What about a Royal Rumble? Manson versus Kemper versus the Badger versus the elephant.
The elephant's going to win.
So not only will elephant wins, but if any of the other ones insult it personally, it will track them down to their house and burn it the fuck down.
Yeah, man, you've kind of missed that, Sam. That's perfect for your cocaine animal series, Cocaine Elephant, or some sort of drug elephant, right?
Yeah, I think it's got to be
cocaine
mescaline.
Badger.
It's got to be mescaline elephant.
Mescaline honey badger.
It's like Killdozer, but with like meat,
right?
You get them all those drugs and nothing can stop it.
Honey badgers do get drunk though, because they do like to eat what's it called, fermented fruit.
Fermented fruits, yeah.
They do get drunk, and they get even more crazy when they're drunk.
I think monkeys do the same thing. They'll find fermented fruit just so they can get hammered. Well, if you got nothing else to do, right?
Yeah, all right. You're just out in the wild.
It's like that.
Boring.
So, Devils, you're picking Kemper, correct?
Oh yeah, 100%. I put money on it.
No, I'm with Manson.
Manson. Okay.
I mean, of course I am. I'm a freaking female. I mean, god dang it.
I mean, if it was a 1v1.
She wants to be part of the family.
I know. Dang it.
If it was a 1v1, Kemper, obviously. But if it was in a broader social scene, I would go with Manson.
That's 2 for Manson, 1 for Kemper. Sam?
Oh, I'm going with Kemper. I think even with like if he's got his colt with him, the colt's going to do the fighting for him. If he doesn't got his colt with him, Kemper still takes it.
But if Manson is using his people and they're all armed, it's his one colt versus their whatever they've got.
They're women. Kemper specializes in killing women.
But you gotta understand, Manson has a brain that is like so smart. And evil. He knows how to do stuff to you.
had.
Yeah.
He kind of
Two weak-willed
could
people.
send-
That's the thing.
He could send his women to beguile him and poison him.
None of those women were pretty. They wouldn't beguile shit. But no, it's but no, it's one
I
of those
don't think
things.
Kemper was a prize
weak-willed
either,
people.
to be honest.
If you get if let's be honest, man, freaking Sam can be kind of fucking, you know, like he can speak well, he can fucking, you know, sound smart. So
he can sound smart, but
I'm sure you take a couple hippies, put him at Sam's knees, he could get him to do stupid shit too.
I mean,
I think that'd be proof that he is smart.
Cult's not out of the question.
I'm just playing with you.
I'm pretty sure he's had his own before.
But yeah, they're hippies, man. They're easily manipulated. They believed in believe in all the shit that hippies believed in. So yeah, no, he wasn't that smart. He just knew who to manipulate. Yeah, he just knew who to manipulate. Freaking this Manson was the Hassan Piker of that time. There you go.
Do you know Hassan Piker sent his little fuck boys after me? Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that when my whole chat got flooded with Piker boys?
Vaguely.
Manson had unattractive chicks. Hassan Piker has butt boys.
They started putting porn in my live stream. Do you guys remember that? And then
I remember that.
Samael and Larry, you guys couldn't get all the people because they just kept on like spamming porn and my oh my gosh.
He put porn on my phone too. I don't know how it got on.
I think Carrie was working on
he somehow put terabytes worth of it on my computer, and I'm like, wow, this guy's an elite hacker.
I know that son of a bitch.
Crazy.
That's on Spiker. But well, Amira does not. We had a conversation earlier about that. So a porn star that is now a YouTuber was defending Hassan Piker, and she's been going around copyright striking people, anybody that was talking about
you were there,
her defending it, right? So, but she messed with the wrong YouTuber, and now this guy is suing her because apparently his channel is big and he has very good attorneys, and he was like, I've got attorneys and nothing but time. And
wait, can Larry,
yeah,
Larry,
yes,
really quickly, I don't want to like address it too much, but I need to address the question. Carrie asked where he was. You were there. Zealot says, how did he discover you? Because of what's her name? What's that girl's name? Larry and Samael, the Muslim girl, Linda Sarsour.
Sure.
Linda Sarsour and I had a fight, me and her sister. Linda Sarsour sent her sister after me to have a fight about me being a Muslim and being how I am, and them being Muslim and being Democrats and down for the fags. So we had a huge fight about it. When that happened, I guess Hassan Piker, because he's Turkish or something, I guess he's Turkish or something, and then he's like, oh, there's another Muslim out there, and then some other body put in the chat and they said, yeah, Linda Sarsour and this one chick, Exile, are like going at it. And then that's when they started looking at my page, and that's when he sent all his little pikers over there. And that's when Samael and Larry, you guys were like fighting for your lives to keep the porn out of the chat because they kept on posting like.
I think Carrie was putting in a lot of work that night too.
Yeah, Carrie put in a lot of work.
You were in a fight with the cockroach?
Linda Sarsour?
Yeah. Isn't that her name? Her name literally translates to the cockroach.
Yeah, well, yeah, Sarsour, yeah, Sarsour yeah, Sarsour does. It's like a bug. Yeah, Sarsour is like, but still, like, yeah, and then she sent her sister after me. She didn't even have the balls to come after me first, and then she sent her sister. And when I started arguing with her sister, then she came, and then she sent all her family members. And that's how Hassan found me, because of course all the Arabs, the little miniature Arab community that we have, found out about me. So that's how that happened.
Zillish, this was years ago.
Years ago. Yeah. It was like 2019, 2020.
It had been 2020, yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah, this was quite a while ago.
I remember you mentioning it before, but obviously I wasn't in this sphere back then.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Amir's got a long history of pissing off everybody.
Yeah, it's been marvelous.
You know, I would never have guessed.
The people who've been with me for a while, they know this is my downtime. I might spike back up a little bit in a bit, but I've been having a down moment.
You know who your next feud should be is with Frogan.
Who's Frogan?
She's another
she's
lefty in a hijab.
Oh. Yeah, a leftist Muslim,
super fat and a commie.
I would love. Is she fat?
10,000% retarded as well.
Oh, I would love to go after her. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, we got.
Amira loves to attack the slows.
I have to attack my own. If they're Arabs or Muslim, I gotta get them. So thank you. We'll talk about this on the back end, guys. Sorry, Larry. Okay, Larry.
No worries.
We can move on now, because you were telling me something about him having followers. So you said what happened?
Oh no. I mean, so I'm just going down to the breakdown. I don't know. I think it could go either way depending on the circumstances. But good old ChatGPT broke it down. 6'9", 300 pounds for a Kemper, extremely strong, capable of overpowering full-grown adults. We know that. Manson was 5'2", 130 pounds. Small,
5'2".
Small, wiry, with no known combat skill. He relied entirely on intimidation and psychological control. He was a pimp. Of course, Kemper wins by a landslide. Of course he is.
Of course.
Intelligence and tactical thinking. Kemper's IQ is 145. Highly analytical. Can manipulate psychiatric systems, deceive police, and plan murders meticulously. And let's not forget, the cops didn't catch him. He turned himself in.
Guess he wasn't so smart after all.
Yeah, the cops caught Manson, but Kemper, they didn't catch him. Manson, street smart manipulator, skilled at reading and controlling emotions. He has no intellectual, but he was strategically cunning when it came to controlling groups. This one was a tie. Okay, manipulation, psychological warfare. I don't think we know that Manson's got him in spades because I mean Kemper's mom is what drove him nuts and sent him on the killing spree.
Sure, but I would also argue that Kemper being the more analytical, being the more logical of the two of them, because like as brilliant as Manson was, and he didn't stay that way. And by the way, the longer he was in prison, the more and more fucking unhinged that guy got, until he was basically a gibbering fucking lunatic. But he was always kind of just sort of out of sync, right? A little bit. Like he might have been super brilliant, but he wasn't as grounded by any means, and I think that probably evens that out.
What were you gonna say, Amira?
No, I didn't say anything. I said I won. I won this round because I believe in psychological warfare. He would definitely, because he's very smart.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kemper, manipulative on a one-on-one level. That's right. He could charm individuals. True. Manson manipulated dozens of people into murder, sex slavery, and worship, and used charisma, LSD, and fear to turn normal people into killers.
There's also a theory that Manson was actually doing all of that at the behest of the CIA, that he was an asset, actually.
These days, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And then they turned on him and threw him in prison.
Well, a lot of the people he had involved in his cult were graduates of Operation Midnight, Midnight, whatever it was called. Anyway, basically the government-run brothel in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I heard from reliable Democrat sources that Trump had something to do with it.
Why? Because he existed at that time. Okay. Kemper, experience with firearms, knives, hammers, and tactical killing. Manson rarely killed anyone directly, relied on others. His family.
Because he couldn't lift a fork. He'd get his ass kicked.
Don't talk about my
ChatGPT. You are lying.
Like that. No, don't talk about my leader like that.
ChatGPT
don't talk about dear leader.
It has him down as the winner. So how is it lying, Devil?
I thought you said it was a tie.
No, that was the first section.
Oh, okay. fine.
The second section, intelligence and tactical thinking. This is weapons and resourcefulness. Kemper beats him in that. Mental
Still,
stability,
don't talk about my leader like that.
mental stability and focus. Kemper, though deeply disturbed, he was rational, calculating, and self-aware. He could control his impulses when needed. Manson, prone to delusion and erratic behavior, often descending into rants about cosmic prophecy and apocalyptic visions. Kemper wins.
It's because all that fucking LSD, man.
This weekend, Amira's gonna get a tattoo saying "Dear Charlie."
Listen. Oh my god. Let me live my life.
All right, next one. Scenario situation: a prison yard fight. Of course, Kemper's gonna win. We know that. Manson tries to talk his way out. Maybe attempts to get inside Kemper's head, but Kemper doesn't scare easily, and he's used to dealing with killers and therapists alike. Once Manson realizes his words won't work, it's over in seconds. Scenario B: psychological duel. Of course, Manson wins because he can manipulate Kemper emotionally over time, feeding into Kemper's loneliness and need for validation. Given weeks or months, Manson might even convince Kemper to serve him, as he did with other lost followers. That's a risky bet. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, because most of his followers weren't that fucking smart, and they were high.
Right. I'm sorry, but I got to go with Kemper on this one. Scenario C: team leadership contest. Of course, Manson wins. We know why. Final verdict.
Imagine
Kemper
if
wins.
Charles Manson was your team leader in an office environment.
The scary thing is, it could work until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the old GPT says Kemper would win. Of course, any direct confrontation, he annihilates him. He's physically unstoppable, coldly rational, and not swayed by Manson's cult-like charisma.
Man, whatever.
But in a real fight, but here's the thing, and I'll give my answer. In a real situation, Manson would win. Manson has the numbers. Manson, even though he's delusional and his people are stupid, they know how to point a gun and fire. Kemper, he might outsmart some of them. It's not like it's gonna be, it's not gonna be easy, you know. But the odds are not in his favor, in my opinion.
Manson is evil. Manson is straight up evil.
Yeah.
I think the overall conclusions here are pretty much what me and Sam went for. That it depends on the circumstance of the conflict.
Right.
Well, then you've totally taken away the whole thing. Why are we even debating this if we're just, because you have to put them on an even thing. Otherwise the fight makes no sense. If you're doing humans, if we're taking it from the movie creatures and we're taking it to humans, then yeah, you could be a fucking little dwarf and kill Andre the Giant if you have a gun. So we have to set the ground rules for this. Is it hand to hand? Is it both of them have a knife? Is it both of them have a gun? What are we doing?
How far would you like to take that then?
Because then, yeah, Manson kills everyone. Manson always wins. Why? Because he has a gun and no one else has a gun. Congratulations.
No. I'm not saying that it's just because of a gun. Really, it could go. I'm just looking at just the odds, just based off of numbers. It could go out. It could go either way. Kemper just as likely could bypass all those stupid followers and snipe Manson from a mile away, which is probably what I'm just looking at different scenarios. I mean, I guess for me, it's a toss-up. It really does depend on what would these two most likely do. Like I said, Kemper is very calculated, very calculated. Manson is not going to outsmart this guy. It's a cerebral battle more than anything. It'd probably be like one of those movies where, like American Ninja, or like James Bond, where somebody that is facing insurmountable, facing some serious odds, but he's so smart that he can think his way out of it. So And Manson, as delusional as he is, he's not stupid either. He's not going to make it easy for Edward Kemper to find him. So Edward Kemper
Trust
is
his evilness.
he's gonna go through a gauntlet to get to this guy if he can find him.
Well, for a little glimpse of how much Manson deteriorated in prison, like Sam mentioned earlier, there's a little clip that you could play in the private chat, Larry. It's very brief, but it also sums up very well.
Also, for my part, there were, I had just assumed the guns were off the table when I made my call. So, I didn't figured they'd be using serial killer stuff like fucking ropes and knives and shit.
Yeah.
So, but that was just my preference there. I don't know. That's what it is. The whole thing's arbitrary though, Devil. We're just doing this shit for fun.
Yeah, of course.
He's such a sore loser. Now he went off because he's mad. Now he's gonna go. Oh, hi, Devil.
Woman.
He's like, so I had to pick my nose for a second. What the fuck?
No, I'm trying to get the.
I was like, now he's over there crying.
Together. Gotta find pictures for the thing.
No, it's just that, when we're doing this, everybody has different characteristics that, that you have to pit against each other. They're not all equal. Hence why it's a battle.
But what I'm saying is if you're trying to figure out and get to who would win, you have to have some sort of standard of rules so that, because like I said, otherwise you just say, it doesn't matter what size the dude is, it doesn't matter. All the other stuff goes out the wall. If somebody has a gun,
I see what you mean.
Like right? So
if it was like two huge dudes that were both kind of physically like Kemper, that would be a more sort of reasonable pairing.
Yeah,
and two manipulators like Manson going against each other. Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't have a standardized thing, give Amira a gun. It doesn't matter if all four of us came at her at once; she'd win. Right. So it just.
I still think Cube's going to win this one.
Well, see, that scenario right there, that's exactly why I'd let all three of you run out in front of me.
So you're just a smart one. So Samael, look, now he's the smart one. He's like, I'm smart.
Yeah. I said you can manipulate if we gave you some hippies. You can't manipulate me like that, dude. If you're all like, get her, I'd be like, are you stupid? She's got a gun, dude. Yeah. Send the brother. Send the brother. What the hell you talking about?
I just subtly fall behind real quick. Like,
yeah.
You're assuming that we would all fall for the banana in the tailpipe. We won't.
Shit on that. I'd be 3 blocks over calling ice.
Devil, you know what? I should crucify you. I should crucify you. You know what? You know what? If we start bringing the Holy Spirit in here and bring some crosses, I bet you'll start burning. So don't talk about ice.
Well, Amira, if you want to crucify Devil,
I don't fear Dad no more.
Beelzebub's on in half an hour. Feel free to come join us.
No, you and Beetlejuice.
Bub.
It's like you and Beetlejuice.
So I guess maybe overall, I gotta call it a tie because it depends on the circumstances. These are one wacko who's also smart and they're both wackos, but one cold, calm, calculated guy that can control his emotions, and another person that is very charismatic, nuts, and is able to rally people around him, people dumber than him.
Yeah.
But again, Kemper, if he knows all that, he's gonna wait. He's not gonna go through the gauntlet if he doesn't have to. But then again, killing women is what he does best. So he'll just snatch them up one by one.
Go on, let's see the clip of old Charlie Boy losing his shit.
That's not my call. That's Sam.
No, you can bring it up. I can't. I mean, I could try and bring it up, but it's gonna get all fucking weird.
All right, hold on. Let me. Hold on, I'll bring it up.
Women. That's all she says. So I don't know, man. Yeah.
All right.
And if you'd like to consistently blame women for everything, check out Devil's new show, Make Me a Sandwich.
All right, here we go.
People look at you today, 20 years later, and they still have no idea what you're about. Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Nobody. I'm nobody. I'm a tramp, a bum, a hobo. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine. And a straight razor if you get too close to me.
There you go.
Yeah, hold back your lust, Amira.
Oh my goodness! All the ladies, we need to make a single file line.
So
he needs to go. He needed to go back to Neverland at that point to get the rest of his marbles back.
Yeah.
Well, when he said, "Who are you?" When he said, "Who are you?" Charles Manson, his face, it was like describing all of his personality, spirits, and demons trying to jump out at one time. Like that's what it looked like happened.
You have a fan, Amira, saying hello.
Hi, Clue.
That was kind of so we meet again,
right? No, and then the tumbleweed in the background.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if that how much of that though was affected, right? Because he was a showman. He always wanted to be a big ass musician, right? Like he was writing fucking music before he started his cult.
Yeah, he wanted he played that he was some innocent bystander a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was just sitting there, trying to make it like, oh, I'm nobody, I'm harmless, because why not?
Yeah.
But he revealed himself at the end. I'm a straight razor if you get too close.
Yeah. If I remember right,
So
I
he's
think
saying he's everything and nothing, maybe.
Yeah, I think Marilyn Manson actually did a cover of one of his songs years ago on one of their earlier EPs. Can't remember what it was called though. And it's about as unhinged as everything else he's ever fucking said.
Of course. All right. Well, so I guess who won? We got Kemper, Amira, and Abe. You said Kemper, did you?
Q.
Who?
Q.
Okay, whoever that is.
Q wins every time.
Sam, you said Kemper, correct?
Yep.
And I said, the hell if I know. Well, I didn't say that, but I was like, it's a tie for me depending on the circumstances.
Yeah. I think that's all you can do, really, given their different certain set of skills.
Yeah. Because Kemper's going to have to go through, he's going to have to go through the gauntlet of all of Manson's followers to get to Manson. And Manson's not going to put himself in a position to where Kemper can find him, at least not easily. Can't kill what you can't find.
Yeah. That's true. But I don't know. Kemper could probably figure it out. He's pretty smart too.
Yeah. He'd probably kidnap some of them, maybe try to do a ransom thing, but that wouldn't work with Charles. Charles would be like, well, go ahead and kill her.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys gonna do right now? Are you guys gonna go to Big Booty Bandit Club right now or something?
Yeah,
pretty soon.
Yeah, well,
Big Booty Bandit.
I thought you weren't here. Now all of a sudden you come back. See?
The Big Booty Bandit Club. Well, we are at 1 hour and 59 minutes.
Strip club did you make?
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Paul would have absolutely zero problem calling it that.
Yeah.
Nope.
The Big Booty Bandit Pub.
The Big Booty Bandit Club.
All right, let's go around the horn. Devil, you first.
Yeah, check me out here in half an hour over at Bielsa Pub, minus big booties. And
Bielsa
yeah,
Club.
Then check out every Thursday now. We had to move it to Thursdays. Make Me a Sandwich, where we make you aware of the tyranny of the females, including Amira.
Why you have to call me out like that? See, I was just waiting for something to come out of your mouth. I already knew. He's such a sore loser. He's such a sore loser. He's just mad.
Dude, just because my God body slammed your little cult leader.
Listen,
it's like the Big Show versus Hornswoggle.
He's having a rough time, but he's gonna get better one day. Okay, he's just having
Yeah, he's gonna dig himself out of his casket and improve. He's gonna read a self-improvement book.
Hey, the only way is up from there.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Abe.
If God lets him in.
It only gets better because it can't go the other way.
Yeah, Satan. Well, devil don't want him either. All right, Amira, you want to plug anything?
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna plug my toaster into my bathtub tomorrow on channel, maybe like around 7:30, 8 o'clock, PST.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you'll find me everywhere. Abe's going to get you. Just check my Twitter out for whenever I'm going to be doing something. I'm on my current weekend streamathon. I do every weekend. So yeah.
All right.
Check me out.
And you can find me here next week. We are doing Amira. We are playing Sinister. It is going to be great. It is not a trivia game. It is think of it like Friday the 13th, like almost like the camp counselor. But it's gonna be. You guys will see when we you guys will see. But that will be next week. We will start off with it and take it as far as it goes. And yeah, catch me here next week, and you can catch me in the chat watching Amira throw her toaster into her bathtub tomorrow night as I moderate her chat. That's it for me.
It'll be fun.
All right. Well, that comes down to me. Next thing up is Bielsa Pub over on Bielsa Hub here in about 20-ish minutes. So we'll see you guys over there soon.
Big booty bitches.
You know, I might sample that into something. I'm not sure what, but that
you better not. You better. I'm deleting.
Don't clip that if you're still here.
So anyway, and then after that, tomorrow we've got Screaming into the Void, where we will be talking about stuff. Yeah, just show up, sports channel, sports show. So we'll figure it out when we get there. And then I'll be helping out Amira on her channel later on that night. Put a beat on. All right.
You just got here and you already starting it. Clue.
Let it go. Anyway, I don't think there's anything coming up on Monday, so probably game streams up until next Friday when we're back here for the big Halloween show. So join us again next week for more Abyssal Musings. Thank you all for being here. Thanks to the panel. Thanks everybody in chat. Appreciate all of you guys, and we'll see you all soon. Remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.